whatever it is you're trying to achieve, it's going to get really, really tough at times. And sometimes you're going to want to quit, throw in the towel and give up. Is saying yes actually moving me a step towards my goals? Or is it just maintaining, sustaining the current life I have? When I put my time and energy into this person, into this relationship, into this job, into this scenario, what do I get back? Hard doesn't mean you need to quit just because it's tough. If it's actually a shit thing, if it's a shit relationship, if it's a shit person, quit, say no, stop. People are just constantly people pleasing as well. They say yes to people all the time just because they don't want to offend people. They don't want to hurt people's feelings. Well, wake up call, you're hurting yourself.
And just before we dive straight into today's Rich in Success podcast episode, I wanted to share with you what becoming a Rich in Success member could actually do for your life. Now, if you're somebody that is at a point where you're serious about positive change, whether that be in your health, your well-being, your mindset, your business, your career, your finances, or your relationships, the Rich in Success membership is perfect for you. For just £39 a month, you get access to over 40 training videos where I'll be taking you through everything from goal setting. We'll be looking at high performance habits. We'll be looking at different changes you can make to your mindset and your attitude that are going to be able to propel you to have more success in every single area of your life. And in addition to these training videos, every month you will get a live group coaching call with me where you can ask me any questions about the content or about things that you're going through in your life so that I can help you personally as your coach. And as well as that, there will be exclusive bonus interviews with experts in a variety of fields. I'm bringing together the best minds, the best experts from all around the world to give you access to the very best content to help you move forward in your life. All this for just £39 a month, reoccurring subscription that you can cancel at any time. To become a Rich in Success member today, please click the link below or head on over to richinsuccess.com where you can sign up there, and I will look forward to seeing you in the exclusive members area very soon.
Why quitters are winners. Okay, some really important content this morning. I want to say good morning to you all. Happy second day of the year. There's a phrase that a lot of people will have heard in the personal development space, in the fitness space, in the business mentoring space, and that is that quitters never win and winners never quit. Now, although I kind of am an advocate for the intention behind that phrase, because ultimately what it's talking about is don't give up just because something's hard. Like when you're trying to build a business, when you're trying to get fitter and healthier, when you're trying to earn more money, whatever it is you're trying to achieve, it's going to get really, really tough at times. And sometimes you're going to want to quit, throw in the towel and give up. So I understand the intention. However, I want to argue the statement that quitters never win and winners never quit, because in actual fact, quitting on a regular basis, knowing when to quit, what to quit, and having the courage and the strength to say no when that time is right, and not allowing yourself to know something ain't right and let 6 months, 12 months, year on year pass you by, is a key fundamental skill for achieving more success in your life. So I want anybody that's watching this video this morning to really stop, to focus, and to reevaluate. Because if you're going into this new year like, new year, new me, I'm writing my New Year's resolutions. Good morning, Kelly. Good morning, Rachel. Rachel, sorry to hear that you're not well. I do hope you feel better soon. And Kelly, I'm glad you'll be joining us for the 5-day free coaching that I'm starting later today, but officially tomorrow. So yeah, if you're one of these people now that's going through life like this is my year, I'm going to achieve more than ever, and you've set your goals, first thing I want to say is well done, because we know statistically that people that actually take the time to write down goals and focus on what they want have a higher chance of achieving it. But we also know it's a small percent that do achieve it, because the vast majority of people don't have the correct awareness, the correct understanding, the correct support, the correct accountability to actually to see it through. So I think something that is as important, if not more important than just setting the goals, is also taking the time to stop. And that's what I urge you to do today, to stop, reevaluate, rethink, and to re-strategize. Who are you saying yes to? What are you saying yes to? What are you afraid to say no to? And is it really truly aligned with those goals that you've written down? There's a self awareness question that I always ask myself on a regular basis. And I always talk to my clients about asking every time somebody asks you, do you want to come out for drinks? Or there's this event, do you want to come to? Or there's a business opportunity presented, a social opportunity presented, whatever it may be. This is the question I urge you to consider asking in your own mind every single time. Very simply, ask this: is saying yes to this person, this opportunity, is saying yes actually moving me a step towards my goals, or is it just maintaining, sustaining the current life I have? That is the important question to ask. Is saying yes to this going to actually move me towards? Is it going to move the needle? Is it going to put a foot in the right direction towards what I truly want from my life? Whether that be being healthier, fitter, happier, whether that be earning more money, whether that be building and scaling your business, whatever your true intentions and goals and desires are, is saying yes to this moving me towards it, or is it purely maintaining the current level I'm playing at? Because if you genuinely desire improvement, if you genuinely desire more achievement, more success, and more growth, you need to stop saying yes to the vast majority of the things that solely maintain and sustain the current level you're at. It's that simple. And when you break it down to that question, not only does it all become more simplistic, but it makes the decision making process of what you say yes and no to way, way easier. Now, think about it like this: for more success in life, you need passion, you need energy, you need clarity, you need focus, you need drive. So everything you say yes to that drains you of your energy, your passion, your focus, your drive, that depletes you of that, is moving you away from success in the areas you want to achieve success in. Fact. It's as simple as that. And something I urge people to think about all the time is think about this success game, and remember, success is subjective. Whatever you define success as, whatever your goals are, whatever you truly want to achieve, you've got to think of it, excuse me, got to think of it as a time and an energy game. So when we're looking at where we invest our time and our energy, we've got to ask the question, and this is what I want you to really focus on: what's the return? What is the return I get on this investment? When I put my time and energy into this person, into this relationship, into this job, into this scenario, what do I get back? What does it give me in return? Too many people just go through life just kind of being led by emotion, led by other people, and not really stopping, focusing, and asking these questions. Number one, the question is saying yes to this actually going to move me towards a step closer to what I truly want? Or is it just going to maintain and sustain the current life that I'm living? And the second question is, what's the return I get for the time and the energy I have to invest? What is the return? And as I say, I think this and asking these questions is super important. I think it's as important as setting goals is looking at where you spend your time and energy, looking at what the return is that you get. Now, somebody that I really value his content is Stephen Bartlett. I've shared that a lot of times, and he has a section in his book, Happy Sexy Millionaire, that actually gives a model for quitting and how to get good at quitting things. Now, you've got to take the context that Stephen Bartlett set up a company when he was about 20. He quit university. He dropped out of university against his family's wishes. His mother actually said to him, I will never talk to you again if you quit university. And he quit it anyway. He still dropped out. He then set up a business with literally no money, managed to eventually get an investor to pay, I think it was 10 grand to invest in him, based on the person he was and his vision and his passion and his energy, not based on the business. And about 5 or 6 years later, that business went onto the stock exchange at $300 million. It's now a few years later. He's only, I think, 28 now. So this has been in the last 8 years. What have you done in the last 8 years? This guy's gone from penniless broke to now having a business worth in the region of $600 million. Now, he talks about how important it is to quit. He actually gives a framework, a really simplistic framework in his book. And it's very, very simple. If you're going through a time now that's really, really difficult, that's really hard, if you're struggling, if it's not coming easy, you ask yourself this simple question. Is this hard? Or is this shit? I think he used a different word, but you know how I am. Is it just hard? I think he said, or does it just suck? Now, the fundamental difference between it being hard and sucking is hard doesn't mean you need to quit just because it's tough. If it's actually a shit thing, if it's a shit relationship, if it's a shit person, quit, say no, stop. If it's hard, you literally have the next question that you need to ask is, would is the work that I have to put into this worth the potential reward? If the answer is yes, you keep on going. You keep on staying focused. You stay in the trenches. You keep moving forward. If the answer is no, you quit. And sorry, that's the same with if it's shit or it sucks. Would the effort, the energy that it takes in order to stop it being shit, stop it sucking, is the effort and the energy that it takes to change it worth the potential reward? If you believe it is, keep going. If you believe it isn't, you quit, you stop. And it's a really simplistic framework. But when you start to be more conscious and more aware, and you start to operate with this framework, is this just hard or is this shit? If it's hard, is continuing worth the potential reward? Keep going. If it's just shit, is making it not be shit worth the hard work and worth the potential reward? If it is, work on changing it. If it isn't, stop now. And I see this in life all the time. People in relationships with people they don't fucking want to be with for years and years and years just because they haven't actually stopped and said, well, do you know what? This isn't serving me. And actually, it is worth the courage that it takes. It is worth the upset that it causes to say no because the potential reward is worth that. People keep on slumming out jobs they hate, sticking up businesses that they just have no passion for achieving purely because they lack the courage, the awareness, and the strength to start to say no. People are just constantly people pleasing as well. They say yes to people all the time just because they don't want to offend people. They don't want to hurt people's feelings. Well, wake up call. You're hurting yourself. You're not going to be the best person to those other people when you hurt yourself. Thank you for the love hearts. Clearly, this bit's resonating with people. I always talk about in NLP, it talks about modeling the behaviors, the attitudes, and the actions of successful people. If you look at people who are successful, they're good at quitting. Stephen Bartlett, when his business was listed on the stock exchange at $300 million, quit that business. He quit because he knew the work, the energy, the focus that he was going to have to put into that position as CEO to keep building wasn't worth the potential reward. He's done 300 mil. What's the point in staying at something if you're not as passionate and excited about building it? If you want to put your attention into other things, quit. Everyone's like, he's just quit when it's at its height because that position was no longer best serving him. There was other things he wanted to do with his life. I also have a really, really good friend of mine who's super successful, super wealthy. I won't disclose his name. He doesn't like me saying that about him, but he's really, 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 really wealthy, really successful. Regular is in America, hanging around with people like Grant Cardone and so on. And I once went for dinner with him probably about 5 or 6 months ago. And one of the topics of conversation was wealth and finances. And what was really, really interesting to sit down with him and talk about was this is a guy who's done hundreds of thousands of pounds in a month in profit. This is a guy who's run big businesses. And what he said was, he's now 41, I think he's just gone 41. And what he said was, he's now figured out by asking these sort of questions, by being self aware, by saying no to things, by knowing what to quit, he's figured out that roughly doing about £20,000 profit a month is good enough for him. Because he says the energy, the time, the sacrifice, the focus required to get any more isn't worth the extra rewards you get. This is a guy who's been able to do £5 a night on a hotel room, all the extravagance in the world. He's had it, he's done it. He also said, I'm glad I've done that. I'm glad I'm aware of what it takes to do that, what it feels like to live that, and the person I've come through doing that. But now on reflection at 41, after achieving all that, he's now in a position where he's happy with around about £20,000 a month. This is a guy who's done hundreds of thousands of pounds a month. But he understands the sacrifice, the work, the energy to saying yes to the things that are going to make him that money are not worth the potential reward. He's happy just saying yes with the 20 grand. And you've got to remember, every time you say no to something, that frees up the time and the energy to focus on something better. Every time you say no to that person, that relationship, that situation, that opportunity, that frees up time and energy to say yes to something better. I've got another friend, I've just got off the phone to him. I'm super excited. He's just said yes to coming on my podcast. I've just spoke to him this morning on the phone, and he's going to get back to me with availability, and hopefully we're going to get him booked in very, very soon. He lives in London. He's coming up to Leeds today, so he's hoping to get it in the next sort of 7 to 14 days. Again, I don't want to disclose who this person is, but this person, hundreds of millions. We're talking obscene amounts of wealth to the majority of people. He used to be a manager of a football club. He's been the CEO of a global brand. Huge wealth, huge success. And he's actually just written a blog that I was reading about. And in this year, 2022, he said he's more excited than he's ever been. He said it's a huge statement as a man that's achieved what he's achieved. But he genuinely believes 2022 is going to be his most successful year. And the blog is about saying no to people. He said he's just let go of 6 clients and 3 businesses. 3 businesses that he's invested so much time and energy in. After stopping and thinking, like I'm talking about in this video, he's reflected, he's reevaluated, and he's re-strategized, and he's got on the phone and said, really sorry, I'm pulling out of this, really sorry, wish you all the best, I won't be working with you anymore, I won't be continuing our relationship in 2022. Because he understands this. He understands the value of where he puts his time and energy and the return that he gets. He also understands that phrase that I always talk about, not all money is good money. People in business, people in especially network marketing, a lot of people have got this misconception, we just need numbers. More people, more people, more people. No, it is not a numbers game. It's a time and energy game. You are going to live a more successful, a more happy, and a more fulfilled life getting money from and investing time and energy into the people, the opportunities, and the places that genuinely align with you, that genuinely give back to you. I've let clients go, clients that pay me good money because they're not coachable, they're always pushing back, they're always argumentative, they're not changing behaviors, they're not changing attitudes. And I'm like, I don't need this money. This is not a good investment of my time and energy. It's draining me. You know, I'm thinking about this client. Every time I see the client pop up on my phone, I'm like, ugh, don't want to speak to this person. Oh. Like, a good life, those emotions. If you've got people that pop on your phone and you think, oh, you're an energy drainer, you zap me of positivity, you take away from me, why are they still allowed to be on your phone? Why do you allow that? Have you not got boundaries? Have you not got self-respect? Why are they still on your phone? Why are they still in your life? If you go to a job which every Monday you go, oh, it's Monday, oh, I can't wait till Friday. Why do you do that? Now I understand that society suggests you have to, and that we've all been brought up in a structure. where we think we need to go to a job to earn money. And if we've done that, and if that's how we've lived our life, there's going to be a certain point in which you have to maintain that to keep putting tea on the table. I get it. I'm not an idiot. I understand that we have to do what we have to do at certain times. But surely, any free time you've got, you're investing in engineering your way out of that. If every Monday you go, fuck my life, another week, I hate this job, surely that's not a way to live until you're 65 and then just retire and be really old and barely be able to move and be like, no, you can do what you want. You're like, I can't be asked getting out of bed, everything aches. Surely this makes no sense. So if this is you, I want you to evaluate it. I've shared a few stories there from a few friends of mine I've shared that are doing very, very successful. And I don't just mean financially, I mean in happiness, fulfillment, and life. I've spoke about there the framework that Stephen Bartlett uses. A guy at 26 that was his business was on the stock exchange at stock market at $300 million. This is a guy who then quit that business. Please increase self awareness. Remember the questions to ask. Is saying yes to this a good investment of my time and energy? What is the return if I invest my time and energy into this? What do I get back from it? And the other question is saying yes to this actually moving me towards the things I truly want? Is it moving me towards my fitness goals? Is it moving me towards my life goals? Is it moving me towards my business goals? Or just simply sustaining and maintaining my current level of life? If you want to grow, if you want to improve, if you want to achieve more, you need to start saying no to the things that only hold you still and say yes to the things that push you and move you forward. So quitting is a fundamental, absolute imperative skill to know when to quit, to know what to quit, and to have the ability to get good at quitting is an absolute yes. I quit gigging in my band for nearly 2 years, something that was making me the most amount of income that I had. I said no to that. I've quit previous mentors that I worked with, even though I was getting good results working with that person. There was other things that were no longer aligned, so I quit that. I've had to make difficult decisions. I've had people that I've employed that it would just be easier to keep them on because I've sat down next to somebody employed with them in tears as I've said, sorry, we're going to have to let you go. And they've cried. It's a horrible thing to do. Quitting relationships, quitting opportunities, quitting jobs that are not truly aligned with where you want to go and that are not truly giving you the right reward and return on the time and energy you're investing and sometimes the finances you're investing is an absolute skill that you must get good at if you want to live a happier and a more fulfilling life. It's that simple. And this isn't just my opinion, this is facts, okay? There's loads of people you can go ask about it that are doing really well in life. There's loads of studies, there's loads of statistics. Go out there and do your own research if you don't believe me. But if you struggle with quitting, if you struggle with saying no purely because you don't like to offend, purely because you like to people please, and purely because you're scared of the repercussions, I promise you it will hold you back in life. So, guys, I really, really hope you found this useful. Today, in fact, I officially open the doors to my free coaching. It's a 5-day coaching program where I'm going to be giving free Zoom coaching calls as well as setting some basic tasks and challenges that are going to help you start the first week of 2022 in the right frame of mind, with the right attitude to truly achieve more success this year. If you haven't yet, I'm going to close the doors in a couple of hours. Drop me a DM now with your email address. That's all I need from you. Or drop me a message below saying yes or whatever. Hey, Kerry Louise. Kerry says, last year made this so much more clearer. Onwards and upwards this year. Absolutely fantastic. I'm so pleased to hear that. This is fucking absolutely vital. This is not even a negotiable thing. You've got to get good at quitting. It's that simple. Stop holding on to relationships, circumstances, businesses, all this shit that drains you of your energy. Remember what I said about Stephen Bartlett's framework. You ask, is it just hard or is it actually shit? If it's just hard, is continuing worth the potential reward? If so, keep going, don't quit. If it's really shit, you ask, is what it would take to stop it being shit worth the potential, the hard work that it would take to stop it being shit worth the potential reward? If the answer is no, you quit immediately. You quit immediately, quit in the right way, articulate it correctly, deploy empathy if that's necessary, whatever, but fucking quit now. Stop. Get out of there. Also, if you think this is important content, if you think it's valuable that people hear this message, please do me a favor. Could you just hit that share button right now? Hit the share button, share it to your wall. If you could go one step further and just say a little bit in the caption about why you think people need to hear this message and consider what I'm saying, I'd massively appreciate that. As I always say, my mission is to help as many people as possible live happier, healthier, more fulfilling and more successful lives. Very, very tough mission doing that as one guy. So I would really appreciate it if you watching this could help me to help other people help themselves. All you got to do is hit the share button. Take a moment to write a caption if you can and help bring more awareness to this kind of content, because I truly believe this kind of content can be the catalyst to truly change somebody's life on a deep level. So guys, thank you as always, everyone that's supporting me. Share this video and I look forward to seeing you later today as I open the doors for the coaching. Take care, everybody.